How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group. We had a volatile time in the market. We saw a lot of EV plays ended up cooling off. They were running up quite a bit. You got to be honest here. And now we have some consolidation that is happening. So some stocks are going to consolidate and some stocks are just going to pull back. But as far as for Lucid, we saw a lot of strength. But you know what? I'll talk about that further inside of the video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know those key levels. The reason why it's important, you want to have a strategy before jumping into the display. So we have to know the bullish case scenario and as well as the bearish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. The reason why the short interest is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and as well as the selling behavior like on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $44.78, being down 2.48%. On the low, it tested $42.15, and then on the high, testing $48.04. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 89.641 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days, being at 130.409 million shares. So we did end up having some below average volume, and it's part of the reasons why we saw some pressure on the stock. Now, when we take a look at our 1-year daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 80.14. So yes, we are in that overbought territory. And then when we take a look at the moving averages here on the chart, we have strength above the 100-day, the 200-day, also the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. You can see clearly we are on an uptrend, and we're also seeing increasing levels of support. So as far as what happened today in regards to the pullback, I love the fact that we actually tested 48 bucks, and when we did pull back, we were able to actually show some strength right here at the $42.15 level. So what would be good for Lucid, or the most ideal situation in regards to staying bullish, would be to consolidate in this area of 42 and in between 48, so we can look forward to seeing that push going to the $50 range, what we're looking for. But another thing also to understand, as far as this $42 level, if we end up having another test to it and we end up pulling back, then the next level you're going to want to keep an eye on is to see hold up will be right here at 40 bucks. Once $40 breaks, this is where we can start getting back into the $30 range. Many of you have been asking me about this, and this is what it's going to have to take. Another thing also to keep in mind of the fact, if we're able to just have some more momentum or have some more volume coming into the play, like I said, it can get really bullish for this stock, and it's part of the reasons why I want you to keep it on your watch list. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we can see here for November the 9th, we have a closed position from Genios Wealth Management Inc. We also have closed positions from Evolution Wealth Advisors LLC and Annapolis Financial Advisors with a closed position. But when we take a look at BlackRock, though, going in with just over 7.5 million shares, and we also have San Luis Wealth Advisors that went in with 56,244 shares. We also have Pro Equities, the new position here, having a call. But BlackRock, we saw that they loaded up the boat. But again, these are the filing dates, all right? So now when we take a look at the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 40.86%. And then for the dark pool short volume being just over 36.2 million shares. As we scroll down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 5.4 million, updated 28 28 minutes ago. And then for the short ball fee rate, it is at 0.51%. As we scroll down further, you can see for the close of November the 8th, it is at 40.86. And then for the close of November the 9th being at 43.26. So it has gone up, but one thing that is very clear, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential, and it's part of the reasons why as a trader you want to keep this on your watch list. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we could see here on the inflow it was 760, and then on the outflow it was 945. So we ended up having an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large it was 4.23, on the medium it was 387, and then on the small it was 369. When we take a look at the outflow side, on the large it was 22.57, and then on the medium it was 472, and then on the small it was 451. And keep in mind, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, we spoke about this yesterday, having 5 straight trading days of inflows of large scale orders. But for today, we ended up seeing an outflow of negative 18.34. So again, there was profit taking. It was cooling off a little bit, but I feel that is perfectly fine. So when we take a look at the breakdown even further, what we could see on the small scale side, as far as for retail, there was a lot more selling than we had buying. When we take a look at what happened on the medium side, again, we had a lot more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large scale, which we've seen already, there was a lot more selling than we had buying as well. So now when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it is going to be higher. So it's at 5.55%. This is still not too bad. There's many people who are continuing to hold on to their Lucid shares. We also do have a lot of traders going in and out of this play, and we also have some profit taking that's been happening because again, this stock has seen a lot of momentum. But that doesn't change my stance on the way of how bullish this stock can be, especially when we take a look at the technicals. And yeah, it did pull back, but it's far from over. We haven't gotten that confirmation yet that this run has come to a complete stop. So let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid Group, when I saw it get to $48, I was like, all right, let's go to 50. But that did not end up happening because we had a pullback in the market as a whole. If this did not happen, Lucid would have easily gotten to $50 today. But another thing we have to keep in mind, a lot of EV infrastructure related plays had a strong run up on the Monday. We also saw this from last week as well with Lucid in particular. So this cooling off, some profit taking that is happening, I feel it is very natural. As far as what we saw from the price action though, I'm going to remain bullish as long as we're staying above $40. And the reason being is when we were taking a look at the technicals and as far as where it pulled back, we have strength at that $43 level, and we also have the next level where we can test possibly at 42. And if there's a continuation of these areas being held up, we'll have many other opportunities to get to that $50 mark that a lot of traders are looking forward to. And this is why you want to keep it on your watch list, especially since Lucid is getting a lot of attention and there's a lot of demand. Even when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So like I was saying, if we had, whether it's a catalyst or just more volume coming into the play, the market's starting to pick up, then of course Lucid can benefit from this. For anyone that's looking at Lucid as a long-term investment and you're thinking about getting into a position, I'm going to maintain my same stance. Do not buy in right now whatsoever. Don't buy. I know this is not financial advice, you know, I got to make sure I put that out there, but I feel right now this play is mainly for traders to take advantage of the opportunity. So if you want to trade off of the fluctuations, then of course you want to give this stock a look, and it doesn't matter which direction you're looking to play. You can go in with options or you can go with common shares, whether you want to short, whether you want to go long, or you want to buy a put, or you want to go with a call. The decision is up to you, but I know many traders have capitalized on this. I've seen this inside of the Discord as well. So as this week progresses, let's see if Lucid is going to continue to consolidate in the tight range that it's in, or if it's going to decide to pull back. I just want to make sure you guys have a strategy and you're able to get value from this video. I myself, I want to see Lucid get the 50. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon.